We have some big news to talk about right now when it comes to Dogecoin and Shiba Inu coin, and this comes as we have now seen Dogecoin on fire for the last 24 hours. Take a look at this, up 10.3%, one of the biggest gains that we have seen from Dogecoin in a while, and this of course is giving a massive jolt of energy back into the Dogecoin community, one that we have been looking for and been excited about for a while here. And you compare that with Dogecoin going up 10.46% to the other top cryptos, Polkadot down 1.7%. Then we have XRP going up 0.32%, a measly 0.32. Solana going up 1.34. And you start to look all the way up this list. Cardano down 1.18%. Binance Coin down 1%, and doesn't even stop there. Ethereum went down a little bit, down 0.24%, and Bitcoin itself up 1%. So all the other top cryptos are either staying still or falling. The only one at the top in the last 24 hours that has risen is Dogecoin, another specific Dogecoin energy moment. And this, of course, is getting a lot of people excited about the community right now. If you're just coming in, make sure to press like. This is now the fastest growing cryptocurrency channel on all of YouTube in 2021 and the fastest growing channel in general. So see what you've been missing out on this entire time. Come join the channel and stay up to date on our big updates and predictions and picks that have had an extremely high accuracy rating. Also, the Patreon is, of course, the perfect place to be right now. You should not be trading crypto and doing all of this alone. Make sure to come and join our community where we have had an extremely good track record when it comes to picks and also calling trades, when to sell, when to buy. This is all things that everyone needs to be staying up to date on. So go check out the Patreon now. It's the perfect time to join. There's a link right down there in the description. Join before the next pick comes out, and also join to stay up to date on what's happening even more behind the scenes. So that's definitely the place to be, as we have seen a lot of big news in the last 24 hours. Part of that is coming directly from Elon Musk, and look at that, a beautiful thumbnail picture right there, which we're going to get to in a second here. But not recently. What matters, in my opinion, this is Elon Musk talking about Dogecoin. What matters, in his opinion, lowering fees, decreasing block time, and increasing block size, a single layer network with exchanges as the de facto second layer seems like the simplest solution for a medium of exchange. And Elon Musk is, of course, 100% right about this, especially when it comes to the second layer part. Because right now, more than 60% of our community has their cryptocurrency, when it comes to Dogecoin, on one exchange, and that exchange is Robinhood, which means we have the ability as a community to do something that no one else can do as a cryptocurrency community. And what that is we can actually go up to companies and say, hey, if you guys actually make a deal with Robinhood, then we can have basically free transactions where you buy something, then Robinhood handles the transaction as potentially a courtesy or maybe a tiny fee that's really small because they already have it on their platform. Then the company will get the money directly from Robinhood in the form of Dogecoin, and you will be able to make that purchase or transaction without having to pay some extraordinarily high gas fee. So that is really where the future of Dogecoin rests, on that one platform, having the ability to do some crazy things. With wallets coming, it really truly will reshape the entire landscape for Dogecoin, and that is something I'm definitely excited about. If you are to take a second to smash a like button, it actually, I know we talk about that because it really does work. Think about this. Our videos have been getting more views, more people coming in. Why? Because we've been doing that more. One like equals one new person coming in, which is definitely exciting. And Elon Musk also said in this, he talked about lowering fees, which is definitely a very important thing to do, as well as decreasing block time and increasing block size. If you don't know, Dogecoin right now has approximately 5 billion or so a year that are mined. And that comes down to every single minute, we have 10,000 Dogecoins mined. So what Elon Musk is calling for is a reduction in the time that it takes per block, which would basically mean instead of 1 minute, perhaps we would see 10 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever the heck you want to do. And also he's saying increase the block size. So what he may want to do is actually make it so there are more than 5 billion mined per year, and that's an area where I'm not sure if I agree with Elon Musk, because if we increase it by a small amount, I could definitely see some advantages there. But when we're actually using Robinhood as this de facto secondary layer, then we don't actually need to have as many Dogecoins mined per year. We can have that number actually go down and decrease the inflation rate, which will give us the ability to take it down to 2.5 billion instead of 5 billion approximately that are mined per year, which I think would actually help Dogecoin more long term when it comes to the price action. So it really just comes down to, is Dogecoin going to be on-chain, the cryptocurrency that's used, or is it going to be more so the secondary layer? And that is really where the split is. If it's on-chain, then this stuff is especially important and will play a really big role in the future. If it's more so the de facto secondary layer, then it will change over to that being the more important side. And Elon Musk also commented after It's All Risky said this: You've mentioned that optimizing layer 1 holds more merit than scaling layer 2, basically on-chain layer 1, layer 2 using an exchange to actually do the transaction. Do you think if Dogecoin accomplishes the goals you put from here, then it could be more practical and efficient than something like a Lightning Network as a medium of exchange? Another possibility, Lightning Network, or another network that's on the outside. And Elon Musk responds, possibly. Bitcoin was conceived at a time of relatively low bandwidth and high latency. If both continue to improve substantially, we will reach a point when no secondary layer is needed. So he's coming in here and letting us know that he believes Dogecoin at some point in the future, with enough advancement, will no longer need that secondary layer. And he may be right about that, but that doesn't mean we should ignore the secondary layer. It means we should focus on both. Yes, let's try to make sure Dogecoin is optimized for on-chain transactions, and also take advantage fully of these secondary layer transactions, especially since Dogecoin has a specific Robinhood advantage that no other cryptocurrency has, because there's no other crypto. Bitcoin isn't all on Coinbase, say, or Binance. It's all over the place. Ethereum isn't all on Coinbase or Binance, or at least not more than 50%. It's all over the place too. So you can't actually have those deals as seamlessly, specifically for one crypto. And of course, I went ahead and commented something very intellectual that took me a lot of time and thought. And I have to say, my degree in Dogecoinology definitely helped me with this, with crafting this perfectly crafted tweet. Using a 69th layer for Dogecoin is the way to go, in my opinion. And of course, that supersedes everything. A second layer, a first layer, who the heck needs that? If we can get up to the 69th layer, then of course, that's the way to go. Sarcasm, by the way. Some coder out there is going to take that seriously and go start working on the 69th layer. If you succeed, though, I'll support you. I'll support you. We'll hire you in the file standing community, and you can have some fun with that. By the way, almost a third of all U.S. cryptocurrency holders own Dogecoin. Pretty dang incredible. A third, more than a third soon will likely be the case, own a Dogecoin of cryptocurrency holders. That shows how big the movement is. Elon Musk responded to this as well, saying, lots of people I've talked to on the production lines at Tesla or building rockets at SpaceX own Doge. They are not financial experts or Silicon Valley technologists. That's why I decided to support Doge, the people's crypto. It felt like that, and that's awesome to see coming in from Elon Musk. If you're wondering how strong is his commitment, well, he's not just committed to anyone, he's committed specifically to his workers and to the people. So there's no chance Elon Musk is going to just turn around like that. And also committed to his kids who love Dogecoin, and he has had fun mining with them. So Elon Musk, he's in it for the long haul. He's on the train, and this comes as we have seen. I know, it's time to talk about it. It's time to talk about Shiba Inu coin. And so what happened with Shiba Inu coin is the first thing we did is we predicted right here. When it got to this point, we looked at the metrics and we said, all right, it's about to fall. And anyone who listened to us there saved approximately close to half of the distance that it fell. So that was a pretty big fall that we saved people from if you listened right there. But after that, it really kind of was up in the air. We didn't know what Shiba Inu coin was going to do. We knew there was a chance it could crash. We also knew there was a chance it could go up. And I'm actually pretty dang impressed with what the Shiba Inu community has been able to do. And this does come from a place, as someone who loves Dogecoin, we have to show respect where respect is due, because what Shiba Inu has been able to do since then is actually cause another leg up for Shiba Inu coin. And not just that, the next leg up for Shiba Inu coin that they caused has also been helping Dogecoin too. Because if you look at this chart, Shiba Inu coin has also gone up a lot in the last 24 hours. One of the other cryptos toward the top that has seen some pretty big gains, and it's gone up close to 50% since that bottom point where we saw it. And that's an extremely impressive gain, and it's now pulling up Dogecoin some. Now, here's part of the reason for that. Shiba Inu coin is basically the Dogecoin of other countries in many ways. Dogecoin had a big impact on the United States. Dogecoin is by far the most held cryptocurrency of any meme coin in the United States, especially with 30%, over 30% in the US owning it. That number goes down to around 20% outside the United States. With Shiba Inu coin, it's a little bit different. A lot of people in other countries are owning that, and then Shiba Inu people are starting to say, oh, look at this. Dogecoin is a similar type of meme cryptocurrency. Let me invest in that too. And that's bringing in more people from other countries. Similarly, Dogecoin is also getting some people on the Shiba Inu train. And so I think we definitely have to look at Shiba Inu with a little bit of newfound respect. There's obviously always risk associated, but I'm at this point, now that we've seen that Shiba Inu can actually help Dogecoin, I think we do have to look at it differently for sure. Also, I did tweet this out. I decided it's time to give it a good fair shot here. Is Shiba Inu coin actually planning to stick around or crash? If Sheep can get this tweet to 1,069 retweets, then perhaps they're stronger than we thought, and they were able in only a few hours to get it up to 1,743 retweets. So this is definitely beating their expectations. We did not expect for them to be able to do this, and it's impressive stuff. If they can hold the line here and cause it to spike again, we have to tip our hat to that. And also, I think now is the time, if you're part of the Shiba Inu coin community, make sure to let people know about Dogecoin as well. Perhaps there is the ability for both to work off of each other, which is something that didn't look that possible at the beginning. It looked like they were going to really compete with each other. After today, though, we know that they have the ability to hopefully actually help each other out. So very quickly, a lot of our opinions are changing on what we want to happen here and what is going to happen simply based on what specific people are doing in these communities. It's impressive stuff. It really is. As we have seen as well, major cryptocurrency project Terraform Labs is suing the SEC, which is good because they're right now flipping the script back around and they're saying, you know what, SEC, you can come for us, but you know what, we'll come for you too. And basically what this comes down to, this by the way is Dogecoin, who is currently in charge largely of Terraform Labs. And what happened is basically they decided to come after Terraform, requesting documents, serving them, potentially dishing out some legal consequences soon. And Terraform Labs, this was done in a very public setting at a big conference with a lot of cameras, a lot of people watching. They decided to serve them the papers there. And Terraform Labs is mad about that because they're saying now the SEC did this in a way to publicly embarrass them and shame them. And they're also saying that the SEC, by doing this, also violated their own rules to keep these things confidential before they actually get to the bubble popping point to the surface there. So they're coming in and firing back at the SEC. The truth is, when you sue the government, best of luck to you. You're probably not going to win. My mom actually has handled some stuff like that in her law career, and so that's one way to look at it. But the Shiba Inu family is strong, says Dohill. Finally, let's work together, from Samuel. I think we're definitely stepping in the right direction. I don't think both communities are ready to say 100% it's time to work together, but there's a step in the right direction. If this can actually truly prove to be something that benefits both communities, then I think it's possible. Let's see right now. Let's test it again. We know we got a bunch of retweets. Let's see right now if we can get this video up to over 1,000 likes right now, then I think that just shows that it's time for both communities to work together. If we can't do it, then who knows? It's time to actually start continuing to test this and see what the relationship can mean. Likewise, and vice versa with each other. That's, I think, the most important thing right here. So let's see if we can do that. Let me see this. How bullish are you on T-King, from Bill Storm? Let me just put it this way. I'm still holding a heck of a lot of T-King. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with taking some profits, right? But the truth is, most T-King holders are in it for the long haul. And the reason why is because the show is coming. We have some more exciting things. So I definitely like its future potential. And that's why I'm holding so much, as we have continued to see a lot of big news across the entire cryptocurrency space. By the way, Terra itself, Terra Luna, that's the coin that is the primary focus of the labs there. They have seen actually not that much downward action from this. It went down a tiny bit over the last couple of days, but still a pretty impressive run for Terra, who is using these really strange stablecoin techniques that go directly to Terra Luna instead of stablecoins that go to the dollar, which is something that other cryptos have not really embraced to any high level. And so that's actually impressive. And also, one of the reasons that we have seen Shiba Inu coin doing this well lately is because there is some rumors that it's going to be listed on Robinhood. Webull already taking that bait there and running with it. Robinhood, I will say, to be honest, is a pretty long shot for any other cryptocurrency. Right now, they may just maybe add another one, but it's going to be tough for any crypto community to get them to add another coin that is their coin. Right now, even the CEO himself, Vlad Tenev, saying they're not looking at adding other coins. First, they're going to continue to expand their current cryptocurrency platform, and once they do that, then maybe at some point in the future it could happen, but I would definitely say don't expect that right now, because it is not likely at all. Okay, wow, we just got a bunch of new likes, so who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Dogecoin to the moon, from Doge Dog and Tegan Clan, Crypto Revolution, SpaceX. Oh, that's definitely true. It's fun to see some of these comments in here as we are continuing to see interesting things happen, and that's not all. Take a look at this article coming in from Bitcoin.com. Elon Musk discusses important Dogecoin improvements, confirms no investment in Shiba Inu coin. And yes, that's another thing that happened in the last 24 hours. Elon Musk did say that he does not currently own any Shiba Inu coin. He owns Dogecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Those are the three that he owns. He does own all of them. He owns all of them. But basically, to see articles like this, it's pretty dang cool. And Billy Marcus as well coming in and commenting a little bit on that, basically saying simplicity is one of Dogecoin's biggest strengths, and he definitely has some correctness about that. He's right in many ways that sometimes simple and easy to use and fun is better than going the other way around, as we are seeing Jack, the CEO of Twitter, talking about hyperinflation even more on Twitter. This tweet from a little bit ago, and then now he's continued to tweet about it and talk about it. Basically, his fear is that we are going to see the US dollar value crash massively, which means if you're holding Dogecoin, if you're holding another cryptocurrency, then you are going to be able to protect yourself for the most part against that inflation, because the price of crypto will go up as we see the price of the dollar, or the value of the dollar rather, going down. Another thing, if you want to invest in property, that can be a really good opportunity here right now, because property is still something people need. Right now, there's a little bit of a bubble-ish type energy in property. If you do want to buy a house now, you may be overpaying. So if you want to wait a little bit and then buy a house, maybe wait a year or however long it takes for some of those prices to cool down, then that's another opportunity here. And I think they most likely will cool down. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the housing market too, because I think that's so fascinating in future episodes. So make sure, whatever the heck you do, subscribe with notifications on. This is the place to be. The fastest growing new channel on all of YouTube in 2021. And the Patreon is, of course, continuing to be extremely strong. By far, the best Patreon when it comes to crypto picks. There is no other one that is even close. So it's not even like you think about it a little bit and decide if you want to. Right now, you go to the Patreon and you join. You don't even think about it, and then you will not regret it whatsoever. It is definitely worth joining. As Jack says, it will happen in the US soon. And by the way, link in the description. Also, after this is up, I'm going to put it in the pinned comment as well. It'll happen in the US soon, and also the world, because if the US happens there, the US dollar is one of the standard currencies around the entire globe, then it's going to have an impact everywhere. And pretty much every economy runs to some degree through the United States, which is something incredible. The United States has been able to build that by having some of the best innovation out there. When it comes to electricity, computers, phones, innovation, inventing things, the United States has been where pretty much all of that action has been. Even in the medical field, pretty much every single invention. It's crazy. If you look up these things and you see who invented, in terms of what country invented something, you'll see the United States again and again and again and again and again. And so that's why the United States has kind of built out this dollar being the standard currency, because a lot of people have wanted the things the United States have made and then bought them and traded with the United States until the point where this has happened. And so that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. But with that great power does come great responsibility too. And that's why some of the stuff the government is doing isn't exactly the right way to go about it, even close. When it comes to overspending, and Jack is seeing that and he's scared, that's why he is sounding the warning right now. And by the way, Jack and I are clearly not people who are on the same page on everything. He likes Bitcoin a lot. He likes some other things a lot that I'm not a big fan of. But when he's right, he's right. When he's wrong, he's wrong. And he's definitely 100% right here, as we have seen. By the way, another ETF launching on Bitcoin futures. This one, a lot less attention for it because it's significantly smaller, but still pretty dang big. The Valkyrie Bitcoin Strategy ETF is now trading under BTF, which I think is a better ticker symbol, because BTF is much closer to BTC than BITO, which is the other one. And both of them have been really staying around the same. Not a lot of excitement yet, not a lot of price action yet. Maybe that will happen, but at this current point, investing in crypto and investing in our crypto picks on Patreon is definitely proving to be significantly more exciting and largely way more profitable as well, because you're not going to see as big profits in the stock market almost ever, unless you get really lucky with something like Tesla, which went up a lot, or if you invest in a big company early, Amazon, Microsoft, for example. But those are really extremely hard to find. It is way easier to find a 100x in crypto than it is to find a 100x in the stock market world. Elon Musk's SpaceX, by the way, now a 100x unicorn stock, and that's exciting to think about. That is such a cool thing. And Elon Musk, with this, he has been able to make SpaceX go crazy when it comes to the price. Basically, every significant period here, it has gone up by a multitude of 10. Let's go ahead and read this right here. So, cashed out $750 million recently, which makes it a $100 billion valuation, but it's continued to go up and up and up and up and up. Right now, you still can't currently invest in it. The second Starlink goes public, I will let you know here in the channel with the notifications. That's one of the handy features of that. But we can see it's just been growing. Basically, it went from 1 billion to 10 billion to 100 billion at a significantly fast pace. In 2012, all the way to now, it has seen some insane growth. And part of that is because of Starlink and the ability to get internet across the entire globe. Part of that is also just contracts with the government, contracts with different specific individuals who are trying to do cool things with space. And of course, the biggest and most important thing, the Dogecoin embrace. That's obviously been their biggest reason for all of that success and all of that going up. And so hopefully we will see even more success with with SpaceX there, as Elon Musk does potentially become the world's first trillionaire soon. If that happens, if we do see SpaceX doing another 10x from here and maybe even going higher, it is going to get to the point where it is an undeniably massive company that will lead Elon Musk to that $1 trillion status, most likely, if he decides to hold on to his shares. Maybe he'll sell some, but if he doesn't, then he's going to get to that point. If he sells them and spins it on stuff, then obviously that's a little bit of a different picture there. Also, someone said Shiba swap to Doge and we all go to the moon. Someone said the white dove, let's go. I'm waiting on Shiba 22. Let's work together, says Tyrone74. Bitcoin going back up as well. Another comment here. Bitcoin has been hovering around that $60,000 area, but if you look over last month, it has gone up from that dip where it was down to around 40,000 all the way up to now being at over $60,000, passing its all-time high for a short little bit there before coming right back down to $69,000 Bitcoin is of course the goal. That's where we want to be. As long as we're above 69K BTC, then we're in a good position there. Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Matt, are you interested in DogeX ranked number 69? Pretty dang incredible. Dogex now ranked number 69, so huge growth, amazing potential. Dogex is where we're seeing a lot of the action right now. So yes, thank you for bringing that up. The ranking of 69, I mean, you can't beat that. Dogex to the moon. The prices, when Dogecoin does go up, are likely going to skyrocket at a higher percentage. That's where the upside is there. And if you do have one of the rare ones, the Mars Doges, the Earth Doges are not as rare. They're the least rare ones, but even those are still pretty dang cool. But the Mars, the Asteroid, and the Unique are, of course, where a lot of this action is going in terms of price and in terms of people wanting to buy. Metaverse being built, a lot of people are going to be sad if they miss out on that, and so that's why we're continuing to talk about and have fun with it. Of course, that's the main thing. You want to have fun. Oh, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. I mean, yes, there's no question. Shiba Inu coin has absolutely beat our expectations. It did better than we were expecting it to, and we have to give a lot of credit for that. If you just came in, that's one of the things we talked about on the live. You can go back and watch the entire segment I did on that. But anyway, Dogecoin to the moon! I'm Matt Lost. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.